Speaking of recording, because like you said, you do a lot of solo stuff, and that stuff you don't usually have to schedule as much, right? You kind
Yeah.
of just do that as you go on. What do you think? What are some of the differences between like recording by yourself and recording with other people with regards to creative mindsets? Like, do you feel more or less inspiration any other way? Do you feel like you get burnt out on certain methods and have to go back to the other method for a bit? What's your thought process on that?
I try to do an equal amount of both. Um, like I have three days a week devoted to videos with other people. And honestly, I felt more burnout from solo stuff than I have from group stuff because with the group stuff, like let's say I am having a bit of a rough day, I can literally before the recording be like, "Hey guys, so I gotta get this video done, but I'm not feeling 100%. Can you try to carry the commentary?" And I know that
Right.
that sounds crappy, but like my friends know how to be entertaining, and at this point they've been on my channel so much that they have their own bits, so they can like
Sure.
call back to those and stuff like that. So I would say I have more fun recording with my friends, but it's still enjoyable to record by myself.
Right.
Um,
Do you ever find that like if you're recording with friends like one after another back to back or something, do you ever find that you need like that kind of that reset, like let's get back to my own voice for a bit, and really go back solo? Like, do you get burnt out on collaborative stuff specifically ever?
Not really, because I typically devote my Sundays to it. Like, can I send screenshots in Zoom? Is that a thing? Because I can
I
send you
have
something
no
too.
idea.
I'll just do it through Discord. I have a little spreadsheet that I make, and I have a Discord server devoted purely to recordings. So I have my main server and then the recording server. I'll send you this little screenshot. So I basically post that. I don't know if you can put this on the screen in the video or whatever, but
This is the
oh, there
easiest
you go.
way.
Yeah. So I post that into my Discord server for recordings, and then I ask people to say what they can fill.
Oh, no
Uh,
kidding.
and I do that once a week. So they've got the whole week to prepare to figure out if they can fill it. And I've got like 30 people in this server. So just because I do it like once a week, I never really get burned out on it like that.
And
I
you
mean, I
also
did take
cycle
this
through
week
different
off, but
people, which I imagine helps a lot too.
yeah,
Just hearing different voices and whatnot. That's actually really interesting. I'm glad you showed this. These are like the small kind of tips and tricks I was
yeah,
thinking of for other people. Um, so you built up like a community of like 30 or so different people that you can fully trust and that you can have good cohesive commentary with and whatnot. And then
yeah,
you just send that out and say, hey, who's ready? Like, who's
pretty
down?
much, yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. That's a nice little system. So you never really get to a point where you feel like commentary with a specific person is becoming stale just because you do it so much, and that's mostly because you're like cycling or whatnot, going
Yeah,
through a lot
it
of different
typically
people.
cycles through select people. Like there's some people who only have like one of the games, so they tend to appear less than other people. But
Sure.
the end of the day, these are my friends, and like I've
Yeah.
never, like I've recorded this stuff in the past with viewers and fans, and it didn't go that well. But
Right.
these are people that now like I've recorded with for years because
Of
like
course.
Super Smash Sundays has been running since 2012, so people get the format by now. And
Right.
even if I do
Right.
introduce new people, like recently I added my friend Nova into the server, who I only met recently, but he's a swell dude. Hi, Nova. Uh, Picked it up right away, and he's almost always available to record something. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's real nice. And then there's other people who don't appear anywhere near as often, but that's because they're busy doing real life important stuff.
Sure. Of
like
course.
like Billy. He's the guy from Pikmin Versus, and I've known him for the longest. He's the first friend I made online, but I barely talk to him anymore because he went out and got a damn film degree. Uh,
Oh wow. What a
so
what a
whenever I
scoundrel. How dare he do something
right,
good for himself?
I remember one thing from a recording. I think it was me, Billy, Sid, and somebody else, and we were like calling Billy out for never being around. And he's like, "Oh, what was I busy doing? Getting a degree? What's a degree gonna do? What career
How dare
potential does
he?
that have?"
Yeah. Come on. Doesn't he understand that YouTube is priority number one,
Yeah,
obviously?
a different person's channel on YouTube is his priority.
Yes,
But
of
no,
course.
so like whenever I do get to record with Billy, like it's just like old times because like we've done so many videos
Of
together.
course.
So
And would you say like is there's a specific collaborator that when you and him are on the microphone, it feels like the same relationship that's been there for however many years you've been collaborating? Like, would you say it's kind of that way with Billy, to where every
It
time you
is
record, it's like one person almost because it's that consistent?
it's definitely like that with Billy, but I'd say the person that I have the best connection with in terms of recording is Zach. And that's why we
Did
launched a
Booster Pack.
collaborative channel together.
Gotcha. Hey there. You just watched a clip from my creative podcast. If you'd like to check out the full episode, you can support me over on Patreon. And if not, you can subscribe to check out more clips coming here soon.